Hello and welcome to my new video about this Lenovo ThinkPad T14S Generation 3. So let's take a look inside. Right, in the box, except for the laptop, you can find obviously the power adapter with the USB-C connector. It can deliver 65 watts and the total length of both cables is 2.8 meters. Okay, let's take a look at the laptop itself. At the top side, you can see the logo ThinkPad Lenovo. Here there is small notification LED light. The weight is just a little bit over 1.2 kilograms, so that's perfect. Let's take a look at the ports. On the left side, we've got one ordinary RJ-45 Gigabit LAN port, two USB-C. They are USB 4 with power delivery and display port, so Thunderbolt ports. We've got HDMI 2.B and one USB-A 3.2 generation 2. Here is combined 3.5mm jack for audio. On the right side you can find one USB-A 3.2 generation 2. Here is optional smart card reader. You got the cooling vents for the fan and the Kensington lock. And at the back, SIM card slot. And at the bottom, just cooling vents and nothing else. At the touch, you can feel like it's premium laptop. It's made out of the magnesium. It doesn't make weird noises or whatever. It's kinda great build. So after we open it, we can open it to be like flat, so 180 degrees. You can see here we've got on-off button with integrated fingerprint reader sensor, two speakers, keyboard without the numeric block. The function keys are taken over by the special keys like the volume, changing brightness, airplane mode and the calling functions. Obviously, who like to use function keys or the special keys, we can change it in the BIOS or using the Lenovo Vantage app. And here I want to mention that FN key is in the left bottom corner instead of the control, which is here. And for the people that are changing the laptop from the other brands, they might have like problem with it from the beginning, because usually we are going, if you want to press the controller, going straight to the left corner, what is typical for other brands. But there's also a very easy solution for that. You can solve those two keys in the BIOS or in the Lenovo Vantage app. The touchpad with 3 buttons, and it's very quiet. Doesn't make strange noises, that's perfect. Same goes for the keyboard. Low profile keys and nice smooth finish, so that's perfect. The keyboard is spill resistant and it's backlit keyboard. I'll show you that a little bit later. And also I should mention the speakers are using the Dolby audio system. Up here we've got 2 microphones with Dolby voice technology, so 2 user-facing mics, and the full HD camera with the privacy shutter, so mechanical cover up here, and it's with optional infrared sensor, and 14 inches display with only 7mm bezel on the side, 11mm on the top. This is how the backlit keyboard looks like on this laptop. It has 3 settings or 2 levels of brightness. So first is off, then we've got first level of brightness, second, and the off. So changing it with the FN and the space. So here we have it, you can see it from the inside. So typically battery down here, 51 watt hours, but more common is 57 watt hour battery. As you can see, the RAM is hidden here, so RAM is not upgradable on this model, so choose carefully when you will be buying it. You got SSD here, M2, PCIe Generation 4. As you can see, space for the 2280 dimension. So the cooling fan, you can see the speakers. The Wi-Fi is already soldered on board, so also you cannot change it later. And here is the space for the LTE modem, which is optional, and as you can see, its antennas are here in the body, not behind the display as on the many different models. And also the CMOS battery connector is here, so you can do hard resets easily. And this is how the laptop looks like after the first start. So if we take a look here, we've got Windows 11 here. Take a look at the all apps. Not too much bloatware pre-installed. We've got AMD software here. Stuff from the Microsoft, that's typical. Lenovo Advantage is here, which is great app for the Lenovo laptops. It helps you with everything like updates, BIOS updates, stuff like that. Okay, Office, Spotify. Mostly stuff from the Microsoft, so not too much bloatware, that's perfect. And if we take a look, the space left on the drive, so like 512 gigabits drive, you've got available 476 gigabytes to use. So 427 gigabytes are available after like I've installed all the updates straight after the first start, stuff like that. So 427 what is left for you for your data. Let's talk a little bit about the technical specifications. What I've got here is this Ryzen 7 Pro 6850U processor, 2.7 GHz up to 4.7 GHz boost, 8 core 16 threads. There is also available Ryzen 5 or Intel versions. That's 12 generations Intel's i5 or i7. Let's take a look at the displays. What I've got here is this one, WUXGA, so a bit more than full HD, 1920 by 1200, IPS anti-glare 300 nits. As you can see, there is touchscreen available, or touchscreen with privacy guard, or we've got 2.2K, or with more than 4K displays with anti-reflection HDR 500 nits. The same goes for the Intel, but I see the 4K one is not here. And as you can see from these numbers, display is with 16:10 ratio. Next thing is RAM. As you can see, up to 32 gigabytes, so 8, 16, 32 are available. It's LPDDR5, 6400 megahertz. The maximum 32 gigabytes, that's what I've got here currently. That's with the AMD Ryzen processors. Because for the Intel, also 32 gigabytes is maximum, 8 16s are available, but only DDR4 3200 megahertz for Intel processors. The same goes for the SSD drive, so 256, 512 or up to 1 terabyte are available. Generation 4 performance SSDs available for the Intel, but for the AMD Ryzen processors you can opt for up to 2 terabytes of SSD. The graphics 660M with Ryzen 5, 680M for the Ryzen 7, and with the Intel UHD or Iris Xe graphics. If you take a look at the battery, 39.3 watt hours only available with Intel UHD graphics, or 52.5 watt hours battery available. The same for the AMD. Cameras, I've got Full HD, but HD is available also, and infrared with Full HD. The same, the same for Intel, only Full HD. The connectivity for the Intel processors, we've got Intel Wi-Fi 6E AX211, so 2x2, Bluetooth 5.1. For the Ryzen processors, we've got Qualcomm Wi-Fi 6E 2x2 and also Bluetooth 5.1. There's optional 4G LTE category 16 or 4 LTE modems. But as you can see, under Intel processor there is nothing about the 4G LTE modems, but they should be available, because if I go to the Australian web for the same laptop with the Intel processor, here it is, like Ryzen upgradable to 4G, integrated mobile broadband, 4G LTE. So it should be available, but maybe it's region dependent also, so you have to check it before buying it. Here you can see for yourself the numbers from the SSD from tests, so it's pretty much great numbers. 3600 read or 3300 megabits per second write speed on the sequential 1 megabit. Next thing, you can hear this laptop is very quiet when you don't do anything, which should be pretty much obvious. As you can see, while the laptop doesn't do heavy loads, how it works. So temperatures are at the 43 degrees. It was maximum 51, I guess, when I was testing the SSD. Probably memory at the 17%. We're talking about the clean system. You can see the voltages, core clocks. So minimum are around 1900, 2100s. As you can see, now I'm running the burn-in test for approximately 20 minutes. All the values, all the settings are at the maximum, so hardware is really pushed to its peak. As you can see, we've got 67 degrees Celsius right now. Maximum was 72. That's perfect, really perfect. It didn't even go over the 90 degrees, so that's great. You can see the voltages, all the temperatures, power wattage, clocks. Those are currently at 2700. The maximum was at the 4700s. Let's see the other numbers for yourself. When it's running at its maximum, it's still very quiet. I would say it's really very quiet. Now listen to the speakers at the maximum volume. So So as you could hear, it has pretty much nice and clear sound, but there is no bass, almost not at all. And it could be louder. Really, it could be louder, because I would say it's not loud at all. Let's take a look at the viewing angles. So as I mentioned, IPS display, 300 nits, WUXGA. So viewing angles are pretty much nice. From each angle, so that's perfect. So that's it about this laptop. Pros and cons. As always, I should say it's really lightweight, very nice display, great build. It doesn't feel cheap, so that's perfect. With this exact CPU, Ryzen 7 and 32GB RAM, it's really very powerful. It's very quiet, even under the peak performance. So really perfect laptop, powerful hardware. What I don't like about it, that's the speakers, because as I mentioned, they have nice clear sound but not loud enough. And the other thing I don't like here is the RAM on the board, so that RAM is not upgradable. I know I have here the maximum that it supports, 32GB, but imagine if you want to save money and you buy this laptop with just 8 or 16GB in a year or two, you would like to have more RAM. You cannot just buy stick and insert it there. You have no chance of upgrading the RAM, so that's what I don't like. If you buy it with the 32 gigs, that's maximum at the beginning, it's okay. It will cost you a bit more, but still there is space for the RAM slots. So that's it about this laptop from me. I hope you enjoyed the video. If you liked the video, please hit the subscribe. Thank you for watching and see you next time.